Yo, 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 how are you all doing then, people? We are back with another raid talk through episode, and this one we are actually attempting to get shooter born in heaven kills on Shoreline. Are we going to sit still? Are we going to watch over some task sitting areas? Of course not. We are W-keying around the resort with a VPO, with them AP rounds, with a Valday, and honestly, this raid is absolute class, lads. Like, genuinely, this raid was a hell of a lot of fun. Ended up actually getting 5 kills. I'll tell you ahead of time, 5 kills, but only 4 of them counted for shooter born. But it was still absolute quality. So, straight off the rip, we have got the one and only God Spawn. We're just beelining straight to the resort. You see that I've injected myself with loads of drugs straight off the rip. Obviously, SJ in, trying to level up that endurance. It's still fairly early white for me in this particular video. And if you do really want that unlimited stamina as well, combine the SJ6 along with a trim adult and your stamina bar will not move. Just make sure that you're taking extra food and water. So, straight away, we run in and we spot the dude that has clearly had the other so-called sort of God spawn. And he's clearly doing the little free look thing because he spots me. And as he approaches the little sort of concrete building, he stops and then he starts like taking shots at me and whatnot here. So you'll see straight away, I've crouched down and I'm waiting for him to make a peek. And he peeks on this right-hand side. I'm kind of trying to use the tree as cover, but not too much. He used a nade at me and that, like, I mean, if he'd have got a bit of a better accuracy, a bit of a better throw on that, there's nothing I could have done. But I'm using the tree as a bit of cover. I'm using that right-hand lean as well just to keep my head like, off center. I shot him through a tiny, tiny little gap there. And I'm pretty sure we picked up a headshot. It was a pretty tasty shooter-born kill to get the raid started. Little juicer boy. And this raid went to show something, really. And I'm going to kind of call my chat out on this one. But they literally said, how did he know you were there? He must have been cheating. The guy was probably just using the free look. And this is one of the conversations that we keep having when it comes to Tarkov at the moment, guys. So many people accuse cheats. And people are not cheating. They're just not as often as what people think. People can hear you. People can see you. They will have different sort of like graphical settings and whatnot to make sure that they can actually see a little bit extra. And then people just go, oh, he's cheating. That guy was probably just using his free look, saw me sprinting across. I used my free look, saw him sprinting across, and then we engaged in the gunfight. And nothing crazy happened. But you'll see there straight away, we did check our shooter born. And we realised, okay, we're on a roll. We got one. Straight off the rip, we're like about a minute and a half into the actual raid itself. And we get the shooter-born kill. So, push straight up onto the roof. And I actually had a lot of people in chat telling me this was the way that they were getting their shooter-born kills, just hanging around on the roof. But I don't know, this style of, I know it sounds silly, but this style of sniping is not for me. I can't do the whole patient sitting around thing. If you guys can, then you may find shooter-born a little bit easier. But for me, I enjoy just literally running at people. And just engaging those close range sort of quick scope style things. Back in my Modern Warfare 2 days, do have videos up on some old YouTube channels somewhere, but obviously Tarkov is not that kind of game, or at least people don't want it to be. So we're just shuffling stuff around. My OCD kicks in a little bit here, so I'm just making sure that everything's in the right places, getting my keybinds all sorted. And you may see there actually, guys, I do have number 4 set for my hemostat and my Salewa. The way that I do that is I have one as press and one as release in my on my controls button screen, and all that allows me to do is so that if I do take shots, I can literally just press 4 and it will just fix me up. Like, there's no issues. I don't need to worry about anything. I just press 4, and if I've got a heavy bleed, it does the heavy bleed first, and then it'll do the light bleeds and stuff. It's just actually a lot easier instead of trying to press 4 or 5 depending on what's happened to your body. So you see here, we're still looking around. I end up hearing some footsteps, underneath me. And then I hear some glass smashing. So I'm assuming they're like jumping up on these bins or throwing nades through. Then my screen shakes. And it's clearly a grenade that has just gone off. So I hear these guys, they're running along. And they've just ran in that front door entrance. And I'm like, right, okay. These are some kills. We're picking these boys off. So you see that I sprint straight down. I'm not really worried about anybody else being inside because I've obviously came in from the back entrance and I didn't hear anybody else whilst I was up on the roof. So these are things that you want to be paying attention to throughout entire raids, and just constantly pay attention to that. Like, keep it in your mind, like, what has happened. I sometimes do forget and I go running across an area and get killed and think, oh, well, I knew that guy was there. But yeah, just try and remember everything that's been going on in a raid. I know raids can take very long. And this particular video itself is fairly long compared to some of the others, but I wanted to leave everything in because it was actually really, really fun. So you see me on ADSing along. I'm hoping that they're going to push towards Sanny's room, or at least they're going to come running along this floor to then move up to the second floor, Because obviously some of the high tier loot spawns on the second floor are 222/226 room. I say it that way because the key does unlock either one of the doors. There's a balcony that connects them. So if these guys decide they want to go to there, it's likely they're going to run along this way and go up instead of going up onto the second floor and then running along. So I see the gunshots. I see the muzzle flashes. Straight away, we're like, right, I'm going to keep the lean. You see that I was running out of stamina there. So I've zoomed out. I've stopped ADSing, and then I'm leaning to the left to use that little bit of wall as my cover. And then once I've got some stamina back, I then ADS and then lean to the right. So we ADS here through the gap. I see his flashlight, bang. And I felt like that was a successful shot. We check. That hit. That hit. That fucking hit. Lego, baby. So, obviously, one of the good things about having the shooter-born quest enabled, and this goes for, like, Grenadier and some of the other kills as well, over the kill quests, I should say, is so that if you do pick up a kill or you're not 100% sure if you did get the kill or not, you can quickly just check your task screen. You can see, oh, okay, I did get him. And like with that, we checked, and that headshot did count. That was a pretty disgusting shot. So, I've then wrapped around. I will cut the clips here and there to make sure this video isn't literally 35, 40 minutes long like this whole raid was. But as I actually then wrap around to try and get behind this guy's teammate, I hear some running outside near the fire engine. I'm like, right, okay, let's see if we can pick this dude off. So he comes sprinting along with... I'm pretty sure that's a hit because he starts walking. But obviously we didn't manage to pick him up. And I'm thinking, right, okay, this guy looks kind of juicy. I sprint round and I was going to see if I could see through that window. But I thought it's probably easier for him to see me than it is for me to see him through that particular window. So we go back inside. Easier to hear some footsteps. And I'm just constantly trying to keep that right-hand peek. Try and pick up that kill. And that was a kill. That was another kill. Little bit disappointing.
Oh, it wasn't a headshot, though.
Because you see me check there. It was not a headshot. So that was one of the kills. That is the kill that wasn't a headshot in this particular raid. But, yeah, still a pretty nice kill on a pretty juicy dude. And then I see this red laser on the wall there. So these are all things that you want to be paying attention to throughout raids on Escape from Tarkov. Every little thing that can give you a little bit of information. That guy is clearly ADSing. He understands where I'm at. So whether his teammate has came to my stream or whether it's purely because I've just killed another guy from this direction, he's like, yo, I know you're there. So he was ADSing towards me, or at least looking towards me. The red laser was on the wall. I then decided to try and push a little bit closer, confident in my quick scoping abilities, but he's not there. So I go up on second floor, I go running along, end up looking down through the hole, and I'm pretty sure I see his legs here. Yeah, he's strafing across. I don't want to take the shot and hit him because I don't want to give away where I am just now, because obviously the audio is pretty scuffed in the resort. So my idea is don't let him know where I am. Hopefully he can sit and I can just get a headshot. But then he actually pushed up onto the second floor and he gets shots on me. So you'll see there when he gets the shots, first thing I actually did is run straight into the wall. And that was done on purpose because there is actually a wardrobe on that particular floor. And I was basically just using the wardrobe as cover. You'll see now when I'm ADSing, that wardrobe on the right-hand side. I was just using that as my cover. So I sprant into the wall and then ran into the room. I don't know why I just said sprant. It's not a word. Anyway, just iron over it, lads. Don't worry about it. Basically, I know this guy has now gone into this room. I'm going to ADS at the room and just hope that he walks into my shot. This particular fight, I'll be honest, guys, actually took quite a while. I just kept whiffing on this dude. I don't know what was wrong with me. I just couldn't hit this fella. So I wanted to leave quite a bit in, though, because it was quite cool. But every time I kept peeking, he would just, like, shuffle. He would go behind the cover. And I wanted to leave the whole thing in to show you how I would keep repositioning when I'm in the resort. For people that don't really play in the resort too much, I used to call myself the resort manager. Bit cringe, whatever. But it's because using these floors as your... just a way of deceiving your enemy. Run above, run below, drop through the holes, go out on balconies, know which key opens what room, constantly confuse the person that you're fighting against, and in the end, you'll get the drop on them you had to pick up the kill. So he knew that I was at one end of two-story, or the second floor, I should say. Likelihood is that he's going to run, he's then going to go up, and he's going to look along. That's why I ADS towards that way. But as I actually go back down, I see his flashlight. He's ADSing. He gets another thorax shot on me. So I try and go for the peek and the shot. I'm pretty sure I whiff an easy shot again. That one wasn't too easy. I won't be too harsh on myself. But you see here, I'm constantly trying to reposition. Even though I always say to hold the right hand, I have ran across the left-hand side because the likelihood is that he's going to ADS towards that other corner where I was originally standing. So as I go running along, I can hear his footsteps underneath me. That's why I'm like stopping and starting. I'm getting a little bit like, oh, is he going to push? Is he not? Da-da-da. So I run all the way back along again. This is just confusion. This is just me trying to confuse the guy so he doesn't know where I am. He knows that I've got a bolt action. He's probably going to try and push. And he does. He's pushed all the way back along, running towards where I was when he first shot at me, gone up onto the 3rd floor. But he's probably not expecting me to have already ran all the way along to this side. So I'm constantly repositioning, especially when you're running a bolt action. You don't just want to stand still. So we go down. We're now looking along the 2nd floor because obviously that's my last known position based on when he shot at me. So I'm thinking, is he just going to be like checking out the rooms? He was checking out the rooms and I whiffed. And I'm pretty sure that is not a whiff. That is a nice little headshot. That is number 3 for the shooter born in heavens within the resorts. Beautiful. So you'll see now I'm going to cut the clip. We've had a little look around in some of the rooms. We're now going to check out Sanitar's room. And as we actually go in Sanitar's room, which used to be a really, really good room, we turn around. Look at that wonderful little thing sitting there. Look at it. It's beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous. We have found ourselves a LED X. And then the panic sets in. Because I'm pretty sure I needed this LED X for private clinic. And I had really been struggling to find them. I then decide to try and loot the dude. And you'll see here that I'm now backing away from the guy's body because I can hear more footsteps from a guy that has either ran across from admin or he's ran across Skybridge. Again, the audio in the resort is pretty trash right now. It's really, really difficult to understand exactly where people are. But yeah, I could hear this guy had actually pushed across from that general direction. And I was like, yo, I've got a LED X. I'm gonna switch over to this RD that I've picked up off some corpse. But then I'm like, no, you know what? Let's get the sniper back out. Let's pick off this guy's face. So we go to the 2nd floor, and again, I see a flashlight. Flashlights are beautiful. They are lovely ways of letting people know. And I do not know how that doesn't hit this man in the face. If somebody wants to go back and watch that in like 0.25 speed, I shoot that man clean in the face, and he just eats it. He kind of jumps through it. It's like some superhero movie shit. Just shot this man in the head. Frustrating. So, pushed into that room. I was ADSing at the door, but he ran straight across. I'm pretty sure I've just shot him in the head again. Again, by the way. And he just didn't fall over. But obviously this guy knows where I am. And if I have hit him, which surely I've actually hit his body by now. Like the hitbox must have been hit. He's going to be in pain. I am using the 3.66 APM rounds. And they are powerful. They are some little beasts. They will one-tap most level 4 thorax. I'm pretty sure they have like 86 damage. Could be slightly wrong on that. And then they have like 40-something pen. They are just an unbelievable round. If you are trying to get any of these close-range bolt action kills, the things on... I normally run it on factory without a scope and just run around and basically quick scope and no scope people because it will just rip through level 4 and sometimes level 5 as well. It has a chance. It has a chance, okay? This round is an absolute beast considering once you get to, I think it's Jaeger level 4, pay like 300 euros. 300 euros? 300 rubles for this stuff. So again, I'm doing the same thing as I did to the other dude. I've taken shots. He knows I'm there. So I've rotated. I've gone to the other end. And I've whiffed. I'm repeating it again, boys. I've whiffed. So now he knows I'm back up this end. Again, I could have shortened this video. I could have made it a lot shorter for you guys to watch. If you are still here, that is fantastic. Please like and comment. That would genuinely be amazing. But yeah, I've had to push along to the other end again. And just hoping that this guy's just going to walk into my sight. He's checking out the rooms. He knows that I've clearly been around this area. And I whiff. Again, I don't know what is wrong with me, lads. I don't know what is wrong with me. So I'm just whiffing more and more shots. This guy's just going to run towards me. He knows I've got a bolty. He's just shooting shots. He's not actually sure where I am. Obviously, my stamina drain is pretty rough. I just keep rotating. I'm hoping that he's going to push down onto a different floor. But here, I actually go all the way down again just to try and listen for a bit of audio, see if he pushes down. And if I remember rightly from this particular video, guys, he actually tries to run away. I ended up kind of scaring this dude so much by just taking shots at him and then moving, taking shots and moving. I'm pretty sure he actually tries to just like run from the resort. I was a little bit silly here. I decided to try and grab some loot. I don't really know why. I was never attempting to run away from this fight. Just taking a couple of attachments and whatnot. But then again, as I'm looting, I hear this guy running. And I've said this in pretty much every video. Listen for every single audio cue. Always pay attention to what is going on. So as soon as I hear the audio cue, stop looting. Get back in the fight. So we push back up onto the second floor to try and find out exactly where this guy is. I'm ADSing along. And at this point, I'm pretty sure I was hearing like wooden footsteps along that way. So I end up pushing along towards him thinking, look, let's just YOLO this. And then I think I hear footsteps on like the outside of the resort. And I'm like, yo, this guy's leaving. And as soon as I think he's trying to leave, I run straight in. And again, this goes down to a bit of map knowledge. I go straight into a room where I know there's a balcony that I can look out of. And you'll see what happens. Nah, he just rotated. So I'm telling chat that he's just rotated because, like I say, I'm able to like work things out. I think he's on the roof because I could hear the gravel footsteps. Then I realized, oh, actually, that's too far away for it to be the roof. He's outside. We ADS. Bah! Down he goes. So that was actually number 4 out of 5 shooter-borns done all in one raid, as well as the thorax shot. And also, because we were picking up all these kills around the resort, you would have seen in the bottom corner that we actually completed capturing outpost, which is no longer required for Kappa. But either way, 5 PMC kills using a VPO in the resort, 4 headshots, unbelievable raid, and a LEDX secured.
With a LEDX.
If that doesn't deserve a like and a comment, guys, I don't know what does. Please, please, please click those buttons. Come check me out live at twitch.tv/IMinimann, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!